she answered her phone. "Hi, this is Apple support. We've detected suspicious activity on your Apple ID. We need to secure your account right now." The voice sounded professional. The urgency felt real. 30 minutes later, she'd given them her password, her recovery email, and access to everything connected to her Apple account. By the time she hung up, the damage was already done. Welcome back to Crime Intel Daily. I'm your host, and today we're covering one of the fastest growing scams targeting Apple users everywhere, that Apple ID compromise call scam. This isn't theoretical. Americans lost over $350 million to tech support scams last year, and Apple users are being targeted at record rates right now. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn exactly how this scam works, the red flags that separate real Apple support from criminals, and the concrete steps you can take today to protect yourself. Let's get into it. Here's how the scam unfolds. A scammer calls you or sometimes texts you claiming to be from Apple support. They've got your phone number. They often have fragments of real information about your account, which makes them sound credible. They tell you that your Apple ID has been flagged for suspicious activity, unauthorized purchases, or a security breach. They create urgency. We need to act now or your account will be locked. They ask you to verify your identity, usually by asking for your Apple ID password, recovery email, or two-factor authentication codes. Once they have those credentials, they lock you out of your own account and lock themselves in. They can change your password, disable two-factor authentication, access your iCloud backups, which contain photos, contacts, payment methods, and drain Apple Pay balances or linked bank accounts. Some victims report losing access to years of photos and personal data. Others had thousands drained from their banking apps stored in iCloud. The whole interaction feels legitimate because scammers use Apple's real terminology, real-sounding department names, and they move fast, before you have time to think. Now, let's talk red flags, because there are several that separate a scammer from a real Apple support agent. First, Apple will never call you unsolicited about account security. Full stop. If you get an unexpected call claiming to be from Apple, it's a scam. Real Apple support responds to calls you make or messages within your Apple account settings. Second, listen for urgency language. Scammers say things like your account will be locked in 24 hours, we need immediate payment to unlock your account, or your device is at risk. Real Apple support gives you time and options. Third, real Apple support will never ask for your full password over the phone. They might ask you to confirm the last 4 digits of a recovery email, or they'll send you to your device to authenticate yourself, but they don't need your complete credentials. Fourth, check what's on your screen. If you get a call, hang up and go to apple.com directly, type it yourself, don't use a link from the call. Log into your account settings. Check security and login activity. If there's actually suspicious activity, you'll see it there and you can handle it yourself. Fifth, legitimate support will never pressure you to buy gift cards, wire money, or download remote access software during a security issue. Here's what we know about this scam in 2026. It's targeting all age groups, not just seniors, young professionals, students, anyone with an Apple device. The scammers often use spoofed phone numbers that look like they're coming from Apple's official support line, usually 1-800 numbers. They're also running parallel text and email campaigns, sending fake notifications that look exactly like Apple alerts, with links that lead to fake login pages. If you enter your credentials on one of those pages, you've just handed them your password. The scammers are operating from multiple countries, which makes law enforcement intervention slow. And they're escalating. Some victims report that after giving initial information, they're threatened with legal action or told their device will be remotely wiped unless they pay hundreds in gift cards. It's intimidation wrapped in technical jargon. So here's what you do right now to protect yourself. 1. Set up Apple ID alerts on your device. Go to Settings, your name, password and security. Turn on two-factor authentication if it's not already on. 2. Create a strong, unique password for your Apple ID and write it down somewhere secure, not on your device. 3. If you get an unexpected call about account issues, hang up immediately and call Apple directly using the number on your actual bill or the Apple website. 4. Never share your full password, recovery codes, or two-factor codes with anyone claiming to be support. And 5. Check your account settings monthly. Just log in and scan for unfamiliar devices or recent login activity. If you've already been targeted, document everything: the phone number, the time, what they asked for. Change your Apple ID password immediately from a different device. Contact Apple support directly at apple.com/support. Report the scam to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov and file a report with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov. If money was involved, contact your bank. You're not alone if this happened to you, and catching it early matters. Crime Intel Daily is here to keep you one step ahead of scammers. Subscribe now, and share this with anyone you know who uses Apple devices. Your family, your coworkers, your friends, someone you care about needs to see this. Stay safe out there.